You are listening to Cogent Radio, and it's time for Trigger Warning!
Hello. This is Trigger Warning Extra Time. Thanks so much for joining us for the second installment of the week. My name's Graeme Booth. You may know me from Game Face, and I am here with the lovely Hayden Hewitt. You all right, man?
Hello. It's lovely to speak to you again.
It is. Thanks for joining me. Guys, if you're listening, the best thing you could ever do is give us a share, give us a follow, give us a share, give us a comment, thumbs up, a tick, but definitely share it. Let people know what we are doing. We are trying to have reasonable conversations about things going on in the world, and we're trying to present more than one viewpoint. We do not have any sponsors. We are not trying to push any kind of agenda beyond our own filthy agendas. But yeah, please drop us a share so that people can get involved. And as you all know, as the regular people know, you are more than welcome to get in touch with your feelings and facts and whatever you've got in between, because it doesn't tend to fall one way or the other, does it?
No.
Bless your little faces. If you want to be super amazing and support the show will always be free, but if you want to support it, get yourself on gearpress.co.uk. Press.co.uk. I needed to cough then. And click the Trigger Warning tab. Anything you buy related to the show will go straight back into the costs. If you want to support the show in a slightly less selfish way and you don't want any merch, you can go on triggerwarning.tv. Just search Trigger Warning TV. Go on the website, click that donate button, and you can PayPal us $1 or $1,000. Or what's our maximum? What's our record so far for an individual donation?
Not $1,000.
It's not $1,000, is it?
Was it $100? 150. I don't remember.
I think it was like 100 and something. Yeah, we've had that because it's weird with the exchanges.
It was quite
sometimes,
spectacular. Sorry, I'm just looking at the clip on your shock mount.
Yeah,
that you've not quite reassembled correctly, so everything's all over the place.
The clip is outside of the thing, and I keep bashing my nose on it.
I was looking at that.
Yeah, but
and also like the elastic's not been put in on this side, and
well, it had been, but it's obviously fallen out. But it's working.
Yeah, okay. I'd leave it alone for now. I'm just quite impressed that you've managed to fuck that up so completely.
I managed to completely destroy it seconds before air, didn't I? All the elastic went boom, like that. I was like, oh god. So this was a quick fix. I'm so sorry.
In case people don't know, we're talking about the shock mounts for the microphones, because people will be listening to this, not
of course,
just watching.
The little bouncy thing that's holding my talkie stick up.
Now some of our podcast listeners will be thinking, we're still about watching. You can watch, well, not every week, but if we get the funds in, you'll be able to watch us record all of the podcast, which is the main podcast and Extra Time, every week.
Yes.
On many different platforms, LiveLeak, Facebook, YouTube, when we get unbanned Trigger Warning on YouTube, and triggerwarning.tv/live, and perhaps in the future on Periscope. And Twitch as well.
Yeah,
we might get the one for all deal. But
go on Twitch. We'll mention one gaming related story. Well, we usually talk about our personal.
It's not hard.
Gaming.
I'm going to talk about one soon, and in Extra Time we're free to do that. I do want to talk a little bit about computer games as well.
Well, come on, people on Twitch do all sorts now, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's good old base off.
Isn't
in on
Infowars
YouTube.
on Twitch now?
I hope so.
I
hope
highly
he's
doubt
everywhere.
Alex Jones talks about his Battlefield 1 kill streak. I highly doubt that.
I love the thought of him nearly naked, just wearing like bare skin underwear, playing Call of Duty.
Twitch streaming.
I love the thought of that. It's
Getting tipped.
Getting tips like a cam girl.
If we can get the funding in, that'll happen every week. For now, it's going to happen once in a while while we get used to it. Tonight's the first night we've tried it on all platforms, and it's working. We're on Cogent Radio, of course. Which you can listen to with a free Cogent Radio Android app. Only Android. There's no Apple app, because I don't own an Apple computer. I'm not buying one just to make an app that's free.
No, but if you go on Cogent Radio website, cauldronradio.com, it still works on your app.
Of course
it works
does.
on your phone and
yeah,
all
of course
that.
it does.
And you can subscribe on iTunes as well.
Yes,
So you can still get the
podcast
podcast
goes
that
out
way.
on iTunes and Podomatic, of course. But if you do have an Android phone, go and get the Cogent Radio Player from the Google Play Store. It's completely free. It doesn't track anything, doesn't have any ads, doesn't want to know who your contacts are, doesn't care about anything. The only thing it looks at is your phone state, so it knows whether to be on or off and to switch off if you get a phone call. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. So, but the positive side is you get all of the podcasts. That means you get Trigger Warning, you get the Richie Allen Show, you get On the Left Side, soon to get Monday Law, you get, of course, Game Face Show, and video on the app as well.
Oh, really? We got video now?
Absolutely. So all the YouTube content from Trigger Warning, from Game Face Show, from everybody else is on there as well. And there's 2 different stream qualities. So if you're on your Wi-Fi, you can have 128, which is what the station broadcasts in. If you're on the mobile, 64.
Wonderful.
Nice and cheap. Know what I mean? Keep it cheap.
It sounds all right as well, doesn't it?
It does.
You're trying to keep your data down.
It's a lovely little app. I'm very proud of it. It was my my second app that I ever coded, and works fine.
I've got a few game faces that really like it, actually.
It just works.
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything fancy. It doesn't want anything. So
Speaking of game faces, actually, because he definitely is. Happy Dog's been drifting back into the world, hasn't he? And he's putting it out at the moment on the YouTube chat. He's asking people to suggest his new Twitter handle.
You've got a fly.
I know.
I'm just watching you. You're attracting flies, dude. Is Happy Dog gone, the YouTube
God.
stream?
I can't wait till he comes back on Twitter, because every time I post anything, he'll either just send me a direct actual threat, or it'll be some sort of sexual violence.
We need to get him down here again.
Yeah, we'll get him down on a Tuesday,
For a
man.
Tuesday,
It'd
it'd be
great,
perfect,
yeah.
'cause-
And then, like, when he appeared on the radio show mobile, remotely, and he was just on his vape. At least now, when it's going, because when he's talking, he's fine, but when he's listening to you and he just goes, yes, like
And
that.
you can hear it.
At least on video, everyone would know why. Yeah,
And then just jumps in with I threw a dwarf out my caravan once. But it'd be great to see him again, because we've lost him for so long, haven't we, to Far Cry 5?
Yes.
And we lost him.
Yeah, we
He
did.
didn't speak to us. He just went away and played that. And we didn't hear a thing from him for ages, and he's sort of slowly resurfacing. So I know you are listening, Happy Dog. Come down and hang out with us again. It'd be good to see you, mate. And it's not like you're doing anything else, you know, in that empty shell of a hollow life that you live. Come and hang out with us. That'd be really nice. What does he want to know? What his streaming name should be?
Well, what his new Twitter handle should be.
Thick Geordie Twat.
Thick Geordie.
No?
I don't know.
Plays online games with kids. Love the kids.
I don't care as long as he's back, honestly.
No, I've missed Happy Dog.
Twitter was so boring when he left. I was just like,
I think he did send me a message once about me playing on PlayStation. I think I just told him to fuck off, and that was it. But we've had a donation.
Oh, thank you.
Whilst we're recording, that's from Matt. Thank you, Matt. That's really good of you.
Is there any text on the email? Because
it's just a notification.
Oh, right.
Because
we should do that. If somebody sends us a donation whilst we're live on air,
shout outs.
Guaranteed. Whatever you write in it, question, whatever, we'll read it out. Definitely.
Absolutely. I'll save it for a future show.
Yeah.
Depending on a Thursday night. Yeah,
well, not on a Thursday,
no,
but
we
tonight.
can do that on a Thursday as well.
Yeah.
Especially if we get to extend the show and give stuff away. I can't wait for that. I really hope we reach those funding targets, because that'd be so cool.
I really want to do 2 shows a week. I do.
But the different type shows, so one like this and then the TV show. I don't want to do 2 of the same thing.
No. Well, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
It'd be uncomfortable for me. It's hard enough doing one show sat there like, oh shit, I'm on telly.
I couldn't do 2 game faces a week. I
bet you could.
Well, I want to. I'm trying to get set up at the moment.
Stop rubbing your nose on that cup,
I know,
dude.
I really like it.
You're like a dog.
I know.
Rub my nose on that.
It's just the first couple of times was by accident, and then I was like,
quite like this.
Quite like it. I feel violated.
Brand new mics, courtesy of Nick, and you're just fucking ruining them. You're just making them dirty. It's good to see Nick's on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks for the mic. I'm particularly enjoying it tonight. Guys, if anyone does want to donate, thank you so much for that, Matt. But Trigger Warning TV. So if you just search Trigger Warning TV, it's triggerwarning.tv. There's a donate button there. You can do as little or as much as you want, and you can set up a recurring one.
And we're going to get the targets out this week.
Yes,
we're going to do it. We're going to do it this week. It'll all be, like I say, through Patreon because it's easier to track.
Yeah, if you like.
So we have to pay an extra fee, but at least people can see. Because you can still use PayPal if you want. We'll count it in there, but you'll have to take our word for it.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's on Patreon, we'll make it public. We are getting this much from this target, and
I'd rather it was up and open like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are ways of doing that with PayPal, though, isn't it? Like that Owen Benjamin site.
I'll have a look.
Have a look at that because that does have a running total on there.
I've just got a feeling it might be some kind of plug-in. And I'm really wary of any plugins that connect to PayPal in any way, shape or form that I can't sort of dismantle and have a look at. But we'll figure it out. I mean, it's not going to be too hard to keep track of, but we want to make sure that everyone's aware of exactly what's coming in and, what we'll do for it. And we'll never lie.
And we can't,
if we go way, way over target, guys, we're just going to fucking spend it.
Yeah.
But we are getting to the point where, because as you know, this whole studio with all this machine was all self-financed and my business and me, and we are going to be having to replace things sooner or later, so we might have to have little crowdfunders for specific items, though.
Yeah,
because my plan for that is not to go, we need $2,500. No, I'm going to say we need this is how much it costs, and this is what it'll do for Trigger. Everything's got to be open. It's got to be completely open.
Yeah,
nothing hidden away, and this is what it is.
And we can't possibly let any of them know that we really want to do this every week.
No,
we can't let them know that.
No,
because they won't donate.
We have to make it look like a favour to them.
Yeah, we've reached the goals, guys. We can finally do Tuesdays every week. We'll do Tuesdays. We reach the goal. That's a little thank you for you. We really want to do this, don't we?
Absolutely.
But it's justifying it. It's justifying it to people. Oh, hey, I didn't tell you my story from on the way down here.
No, you didn't.
There's always something that happens, and I've got my honky horn.
Yes.
There was a load of like young scally kids, 14, 15 or whatever, just right on the bike lane, and it was raised because sometimes I'll just pop up on the pavement and slip by them or whatever. Don't care.
You dreadful bastard.
I'm not here to like cause a fuss, sorry, but I was locked in. I couldn't go on the road or anything like that. It's one of these where it's in the pavement, and I honked my horn, and one girl went and jumped out the way, and the others just carried on walking in their own little world. Kids, bastards, as they are. So I did it a few more and freaked them out. They were very angry. You could tell they were like jumping, like shocked. And then as I passed them, you could hear that because they've not learned how to process the surprise yet. It very quickly turned to rage. Like, all right, mate, I heard you. And I was just beaming. I went through a red light just because I was like 2 meters past them was a red light, and I was like, I'm not fucking stopping there. I'm not
totally a stop.
Just stopped just there, like do. No, I went straight fucking through it, man. I was like, I'm not.
Take the Hugo horn off, and if you come to confront you, just gently do it in the face.
But I did. I do really enjoy it when I scare people. Go on.
Don't do that. Reach out and squeeze their face whilst squeezing the Hugo horn. But you can only do that if someone's filming, because I don't want to miss that.
No.
I don't want to miss that.
Turn up here with black eyes and all the rest of it.
Absolutely. We got to reel off all the shows and things, because we've not done that too much yet. Remember that you can watch Trigger Warning TV every Thursday, 10 p.m. UK time. That runs 10 mile 11. That's on Live Leak and Facebook and YouTube, and triggerwarning.tv/live, where the chat room sometimes works. You can also join us every Tuesday. Now, if we get the funding we're in here, it'll be 9 when we've finished. Otherwise, we do it remotely at 10:30 p.m. UK time. Far less civilised.
Yes.
Where we get far too tired and far too giddy because, we're both sat in our pants in our respective homes, not together. And because that'd be weird.
Yeah. Although I did have a little. I'm gonna get more and more clothes.
Undressed.
Yeah. I already had my wife beater. I forgot to put it on though, didn't I?
Well, they'll donate now. Obviously, hearing that you're willing to bear the flesh. Also, don't forget Game Face show. The Game Face sort of TV show goes out every Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time. Check that out, and the Game Face radio show, which you can listen to on Cogent Radio and Fab Radio International every Sunday at 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. UK time. Definitely check it out.
But not this weekend. Well, the first Sunday of the month is my week off.
I'll listen anyway.
Sunday Stephen takes over with his meme music.
Well,
which I don't know how to say in any way. Meme music.
Meme
music.
Meme.
Well,
so listen anyway. Oh, don't.
And then it's me. And then it's Graham. Second Sunday of the month is Graham's time of the month.
Don't mention vegans because it gets really fucking annoyed. So just between you and me.
Oh, bless his little face.
You
told me
check
about
it out anyway. Check it out anyway because you might enjoy it. And especially if you love chiptune and things like that and computer game music, you'll absolutely fucking love it. There's no two ways about it. So, but yeah, check those out. And of course, we're working on some other stuff for Trigger Warning as well. There's always ideas, and we're just starting to put a few things together, little ideas that we'll have to mull over for a while. But maybe some vlogging.
Yeah.
Vodcast. Was it Vodcast?
If that's what you want to call it. Yeah.
Vodcast. Yeah, because I like saying that. I do. I need to say that more often. Don't rub your nipples.
It's the third.
Don't rub your nipples.
It's the third show in a row that I've rubbed my nipples now. It's now officially a thing.
If you ever meet Graham, just say Vodcast. And for some reason, he starts rubbing his nipples. So do that if you meet him. In fact, that's the best way of greeting Graham, is by reaching out and rubbing his nipples.
Right in my ears. Get right close.
Possibly one of the worst ways of greeting me is to get anywhere fucking near me. But Graham does like closeness and invasion of his space. You like that, don't you? I like
being violated, yeah. As long as it's there. As long as you let me know beforehand that it's a violation.
Don't waste it.
It has to be, you build it up properly. You don't just shove it in.
Not just the tip. Don't bother with the tip.
You've got to make sure you know for a fact that I don't want it. Verbally.
Yeah, I want a verbal agreement here. I want to make sure I'm officially violated. We do have a couple of comments because I know this is the extra time where we fuck about for half an hour. It's all great, but there are people watching live. We spoke about Tommy Robinson earlier, and HTTR24 said the idea of Tommy is better than actual Tommy.
Yeah.
Speaking against Islamification of the UK is important, not necessarily the person doing the speaking. I said to Tommy when we interviewed him at the end, didn't I, that I think if he was genuine about his cause, if he's probably doing it more damage than good. More harm than good. But he's got books to sell and houses to buy, so I understand.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of fucked now. He's all in, isn't he? What's he supposed to do?
There's nothing else he can do now. He has to ride this like he's fucking stole it. And believe me, when he gets out of nick, he's going to coin it.
Oh, yeah, of course he is. I mean, shit like... He was brief. I love people going on about how he's not a journalist, but it's like, actually, he worked for Rebel Media, so he has actually got some kind of credential. There's something there.
Did he get sacked or did he leave?
I don't know. Well, it's not really based in the UK, is it?
It's Canadian Rebel Media.
Yeah, so I don't think he was. But they're still there. The videos are still on the website and all that.
I don't know.
Because I saw someone gloating about the fact that he's not a journalist. So I was like, well, I'm going to go on the website and he is actually on a site, so where do we count it? If
he's just not a journalist they like.
Yeah, exactly. But if Rebel Media isn't, then loads of other ones aren't either.
I would suggest to Tommy that if he's going to be a journalist, he perhaps learns how the laws apply to journalism and things like that to avoid going to the prison with the angry Muslims.
I think, though, that's a fair point, though, in terms of, the reality of Tommy being...
Absolutely
disappointing compared to what Tommy's come to represent.
You can never live up to
but
the pedestal people put you on anyway.
But the important thing with Tommy Robinson is what he represents. That's the big thing. People there going, you're all fucking racists and all that. And I see it all the time on Twitter. It's all people calling his followers dumbasses and all that. And it's like they haven't got the basic understanding that most of the people that follow him aren't racist.
Doesn't matter.
And what they're worried about is their kids getting fucked by Muslims. That's their perception of the situation. That's their concern.
Yeah, of course it is. But and you know how it's team sports now.
Yeah.
We can't be logical about any of it. We can't allow for anybody else's opinion. We have to pick a team.
Yeah.
And we have to demonise the other team, like Brexit. Okay, which I did have a little bit. It wasn't terribly exciting. Very quickly on Brexit.
Go on.
Barnier, who's been quite difficult with us, has softened his stance with help from Germany and the Netherlands on financial services.
Oh, really?
Right. France they are losing their shit because they thought they had them.
Yeah.
And it's all getting a bit tit for tat now. because I think that's one of the things the EU might want to keep in London.
Right,
to keep us close together, even if we're not in the EU, it'll bind us together. And France was like, we're getting these. We're nailed on.
Finally.
And it was for a while.
Some
nailed
actual
on.
money.
We get them. And then Barnier, who so far has gone, no, to everything, because of course he would. It's like, maybe. And it could be that even if we crash out, the financial services might still end up staying in London.
Well, it'll never work out in France, though, would it? I mean, come on.
They'd be on strike every 10 minutes.
Yeah, Paris is beautiful, but it's
not.
It's a socialist's dream.
Everyone's living dog shit.
Everyone's living hand to mouth. Everyone's fucking broke as shit, starving.
Riots,
yeah, it's like
racial tension.
There's no actual wealth. What the fuck are they going to do with the financial sector moving over there? They'd be fucked.
And everyone thinks London is where the financial sector is, and it's not. It's not in London. It's in the city of London. People need to understand there is a big difference between London and the city of London.
Go on, explain to me, because I don't know what you're talking about, man.
The city of London is it's like Vatican City.
Right,
it's where
I
all
get
the
what
finances
you're saying.
are, the politicians. City of London, London. City of London pretty much make their own rules. I mean, have a look at it. It's quite
I know what
fascinating.
you mean. Yeah, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
So people are putting a lot of weight, but now the fact that they're not panicking as much means that the Remainers don't talk about them very much at all. Because obviously, at the minute, Project Fear on the EU has gone through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
The Independent are pushing for this People's Voice referendum. We need another referendum. I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but apparently we need another one. And the Sky has joined in going, well, actually, the majority of British people would favour staying in the EU. They polled 1,400 Sky News viewers.
Yeah. It was a tiny poll, tiny.
1,400 Sky, which they are quite biased towards Remain anyway. So 1,400. It's amazing. Rupert Murdoch, Chief Gammon. Okay, he's like peak Gammon. He's a Remainer. He wants to stay in the EU. David Cameron, Theresa May, George Osborne, all Remainers. So it's amazing that Project Fear is getting... Now it's like there'll be no insulin, the stockpiling things, and that shows how shit it is. And I'm like, is this not the first sensible thing our government's done? That knowing that even a week of disruption has to be covered.
Oh, yeah.
So the first sensible thing they've done is gone, we'll make sure that week is the least amount of disruption possible. It'll probably be more like a month or two. It won't take long for European suppliers to fix the supply problem.
Of course, yeah. Did you see that guy on Newsnight? Newsnight had a whole section with a guy representing the Sandwich Association. And he was saying, well, obviously we get a lot of tomatoes from Europe, from Spain. That won't be happening. It's just like, and part of me, I was watching it, and I was thinking, because he was saying the horrors of having to move back into eating seasonal foods. And I was thinking, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that what the left want? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing?
Is, all the other countries in the world we import shit from that aren't in the EU. What kind of witchcraft is used to get those products here that we can't get tomatoes from Spain?
Yeah.
What kind of witchery? But tomatoes will cost more. Good. Let's put the price of milk up as well that's produced in the UK.
Yeah, I'm a big one on that.
Let's pay another 50 pence.
I wouldn't even fucking notice.
No, of course you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I mean, it's gone up and down. Like, just put it up and give it to them. Fucking milk. I mean, this is the issue with Europe, isn't it? And it's the issue with the fucking subsidies and payouts and stuff. Like, we're paying money to Europe. Europe's subsidising our farmers. It's like, why the fuck are we... Why are we allowing our government and the European government so much control over prices and all that shit? Why are we not shaming the shit out of Tesco and all that so that they pay the farmers properly?
Is he starting to get your gammon on you?
Oh, no, I'm just...
You are, and you
what you
started...
about?
The first time you've ever openly criticised the EU.
Don't start rewriting history. I've criticised Europe loads. We were talking about the internet thing the other week, and I fucking went off on that.
This is your inner gammon.
No, don't start propagandising it. I've criticised Europe, and fuck off.
Here we go.
Fuck off.
Here we go. The reality.
No.
Cold, harsh reality.
No, it's the same. It's the same thing. I'm not a big fan of these social crutch nonsense because you're just telling Tesco and Asda, pay fuck all for your milk because the taxpayers are just going to cover it for you. And it's like, no, don't do it.
Have you heard about the subsidies in the US?
Go on.
Through the trade wars?
No.
Trump took away a subsidy for farmers.
Okay.
Had his little trade war with China, so they've had to start subsidising farmers again, which means not only are they not selling stuff to the countries he's having his little tiff with, they're going to owe more money to China to subsidise the farmers. It's fucking around. And the farmers are there going, MAGA.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing in terms of his trade deals, because they come in it's soon, isn't it? It's like it's the next few days. Countries all over the world are openly advertising now, like, we can give you this, we can get it's like the whole world is now having a sale for various goods. Like, we can provide this many tons of soy, no problem. South America's going mental with it. They love it. They're waiting because they're just undercutting it before the tariffs come in.
Oh yeah,
just as a big fuck you,
we can chop this we can chop more rainforest down to make room for soy crops than anybody else.
And Mr. They won't see what's coming, the art of the deal, has just openly bragged about how much money. So everyone knows exactly what the tariff's going to be. So the whole world can undercut it.
Yeah.
The beauty of free market capitalism. The beauty of it. And it's the issue of him getting fucking involved with it.
Oh.
It's what we said in the last podcast, man. You try and do something for the right reasons. There's always unintended bad consequences.
There's so many.
Yeah, I know.
Kim Jong-un. It looks like he's building missiles again.
Oh, bless his little face.
But I thought he was fixed, North Korea. I thought we could all sleep soundly in our beds at night. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be sleeping soundly. I didn't know I was supposed to be afraid of North Korea until Donald told me I could sleep safely in my bed at night. And now I'm worried because it turns out who would have thought that wouldn't work out? And now, after tweeting at Iran, the country that hasn't had Twitter since 2009, in caps, it's his pinned tweet.
Oh, has he pinned it?
Last time I checked, it was his pinned tweet.
That's awesome.
And now he's saying, "I'll meet the leader of Iran. No questions asked. I'll meet with you." I'm thinking, I wonder what magnificent concessions he'll get from that meeting. I mean, I know it sounds like we're always having a go at Donald, but you know what? If it was Hillary, I'd be doing the same.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But the fact is, Donald's in the seat, and he's to use a phrase from our colonial cousins I do like, he's a fucking dumpster fire. Everything now, he's freaking out about everything because Manafort's going up. His lawyers recorded everything, and he's handing out the tapes like fucking candy. His son's going to get indicted at some point. That's really looking bad. But Donald already threw him under a fucking bus on that. Saying, he knew about it. I didn't know about it. Don, that's your kid. Dude. But he doesn't fucking throw. He wasn't my favourite anyway. It's just. So the reason you talk about Trump so much isn't because you're anti-Republican or anti-this or it's just the guy's fucking fascinating.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love it. I love the chaos of it.
I'm loving it right up until real Americans really do start losing their homes, shit like that. Then it'll stop being funny. But what gets me is, he talks about the tariffs with China. China was so fucking clever because they introduced retaliatory tariffs that only affect the Rust Belt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where all his support is.
Yeah, of course.
Because they know what they're fucking doing. Whereas Donald's like, fuck you. No understanding why these tariffs are in place or the size they are and what it does and how it balances trade and all this and how you get it back there and no realization of that whatsoever. But he's winning because he's telling people, fuck you, I'm going to charge you loads of tariffs.
I've just checked his Twitter feed, by the way, and his pinned tweet is currently a fan-made video that someone sent him.
Oh, dear Lord.
And it is extremely patriotic.
Manafort, I've just been told by HTTR24, Manafort has nothing to do with Trump.
Oh, really?
Wasn't he his campaign manager?
I don't know.
Doesn't look good, dude. Trump plays carrot and stick. Of course he does. Oh, bless. 4D chess. China will fold first. Trump reintroduced the CCC on a temporary basis. Yeah.
I
mean, I hope he does. For the sake of America, I hope he does win.
Yeah.
I hope it all, because I don't give a fuck. If it works out better for you guys, I'm happy for you guys. I've always said all along, if Trump turns out to be a success, I'll be made up for you.
Well, their economy's doing really well.
Yeah, but how much of that again?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. It was. Do you remember the 1 year after Trump? You know, the fake news articles that were projecting it, and then there was just like a nuclear apocalypse, fallout shelters everywhere, and yeah, that's
it's
stuff,
never as bad as they make it.
It's stuff always that, but the economy was getting better, jobs were getting better before he came into power. But they've also carried on getting better.
Yeah,
he hasn't fucked it all up yet, you know.
No, I mean, like I say, for the sake of America, I hope it works out. I do. But that doesn't prevent me laughing my tits off at the fucking oaf. Because if it does succeed, it's not because of Trump. It's really not. It doesn't work. We all know it doesn't fucking work.
No. He's a total ass.
The guy is a serial fucking failure who's still a billionaire because he's fucked everybody else along the way. I'm sorry if you're a supporter of him, you don't like it. Look at how many American companies he's sent to the fucking wall with all these bankruptcies and shit businesses. It's amazing how well you can do well when you start out with several $1 million from your dad. You know, but he's allegedly a billionaire. We don't know. We can't see his tax returns.
I still love that. Do you remember that? Like he refused to open it, and that was the big thing, wasn't it? That was the big thing, and that is so far gone in the past now. That is like, oh my god, because he'll do 3-4 huge news cycle things a week, and the tax returns, no one's even asking anymore, are they? It's just not even a thing now.
See, the thing is, people are just so happy, many people, that they just didn't get Hillary.
Yeah.
But the fact is, if any other president had come out with some of this shit, you guys would have hanged him from the fucking rafters. But because he's on your team, it's like, nah, sorry, he's saying it how it is. Have you read any of his fucking speeches?
Yeah,
most of them aren't
lunacy.
even in fucking English.
There's a huge thing with Trump though, and he has. I mean, obviously the migrant thing with the border was a complete fuck up.
He's managed to blame that on Obama and the Clintons,
well,
so it's worked out.
But there's a weird thing with Trump in that, like, what he says doesn't actually relate very much to what happens in terms of policy. That's the thing. So people are there going, oh, he hates women, blah, blah, blah. But what he's actually doing isn't very much. He's doing fuck all, really. He doesn't do a lot. These things are quite superficial, you know, obviously.
I'd still be fucking embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
If my president fucking tweeted my prime minister. I mean, our prime minister, don't get me wrong, is a fucking embarrassment.
That's what I was going to say, man. Get your own house in order.
She's a weak, dreadful.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's because that gets into what about it. Well, what about your prime minister? She's shit.
She's a dick.
She's terrible. I'd rather have Donald fucking Trump. And I'm not even joking when I say I sincerely mean I would rather have Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah, 100%. At least shit would be interesting. Well, but that's what we talked about the other week. You know, he's talking about the fucking migrants in America. We do that here. This is the thing about everyone pointing fingers at Donald Trump. We've got prisons full of hundreds of people on hunger strike right now.
Oh, we're a dreadfully shitty country.
English people who have been taken by fucking immigration just because they're black, and they're in prison right now.
Like the Windrush.
Yeah, the fucking Windrush people. Wait, like, we are doing stuff that is just as bad as all that shit we're taking the kids away.
Well, we get this on
and
the
we're
show
there
a lot,
going,
though, don't we?
look at you, Trump. It's like,
why don't you talk
off.
about your country? So I did that whole thing where I did a 1 hour blast on the UK and our government. Do you know what someone said to me the next week? Why don't you talk about your own country? You can't win. It's all whataboutery, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
You say Donald, I say Hillary. Yeah, I say Hillary, you say Donald, and that's all the way it is. Donald Trump is the most powerful man in the world, therefore, well, Putin, possibly, but the leader of the most powerful nation on earth is Donald Trump, so obviously he's the man we're paying attention to.
Yeah.
But you know what? The radio broadcast ends in 47 seconds.
The fuck? Can we not extend it?
Not the radio one. So what we're going to do, this will end extra time, but if you're listening live in another 5 minutes, just have a wee tattle or something like that. But we've got to wrap it up at some point, dude. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh, fuck, it is, isn't it?
Do you know what? It's best that we wrap this up. Guys, if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much for listening. Please share. It's worth its weight in gold to us. If you're listening or watching live, thank you for spending your time with us. We genuinely appreciate it. Remember, we're back on Thursday with Trigger Warning TV. And we'll be back with this next week in one form or another. If it's remote, it'll probably be around 10:30. Keep an eye on @TriggeredTV on Twitter. And you'll know what's going on, or triggerwarning.tv. Bye, everybody. Say bye.